In example 3, we could have used factorial notation as shown below. So I just took the numbers we had in example 3 on the previous page, and in that question we had a part where it said 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Well, if you start with the number and it consecutively goes down all the way to 1, you can write this as 5 factorial, and the factorial symbol is an exclamation mark. So that has some meaning behind it. So when you see 5 factorial, it actually means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So in general, whatever number you have with the factorial, it would equal n, or whatever number you have, and you minus 1 from the previous term, or n minus 1. Now it's n minus 2, n minus 3, and so on. And then the n has to be a number greater than or equal to 1. So we can only do this with our natural numbers. So let's evaluate this. So if you see 4 factorial, then that means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So 12 times 2 is 24. So 4 with an exclamation mark is really 4 factorial and means 24. Now 11 factorial. It takes a long time to write all this out if we go 11 times 10 times 9. It also takes some time to punch that in your calculators. But have a look at your calculators. You may have to pause the video. But you're going to look for a button and it's got an exclamation mark. Often it's with like an X exclamation mark. It could be written above one of the buttons. You might have to use your shift or second function key. Often on many calculators, it's under a probability button. So if you have a probability button near the top of your calculator, you may have to hit that button, and then you'll see the exclamation mark somewhere in the list. If you have a graphing calculator, which we're not really supposed to be using so much anymore in this course, but this is all I have here with me, is I would actually have to go, it's a little more work, so it's not the best anyway. I have to go to math. And then I have to scroll over to probability, and then it's option 4. So if you happen to be using one of those. So then that allows you to put in 11 and then hit this button. Or again, you may have to go through your probability. If you really can't find it, I'm going to write down the answer so you can check and make sure you're doing this right. If you're having trouble finding that on your calculator, then take a look at the manual for that calculator. If you don't have your manual, do a quick internet search, a Google search, and type in the make and model of your calculator and ask where the factorial button is, and you'll be able to find where that is. Now, 0 factorial is sometimes asked about. 0 factorial is always equal to 1, and you could check that in your calculator to confirm that, but if you see 0 factorial anywhere, it's always equal to 1.